actually save him for later in the lineup. So they're throwing him out second here. I feel like that's a pretty big mix-up for them. I don't know what characters they're selecting, but we'll see.
Listen, we try our best, okay? We try our best with the tools that we have. We don't always have it immediately available to us, but there we go. Seeing Pit going up against King K. Rool. Pit, super combo heavy character, super big on edge guarding as well. Guess what K. Rool struggles with? That's right, getting out of disadvantage and getting back onto the stage. So Pit is just going to have a time of their lives. They have one of the best reflectors in the game as well to challenge, Crowning. That's huge. You suddenly invalidate one of King K. Rool's biggest neutral tools. You know what you do? You suffer.
Yeah, and already you can see Ice is just racking up every percent, and he reads the landing option too to get that forward smash. Only 39 on himself and already racking up damage on that second stock.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And whiffing a get-up attack. There's a beautifully timed goal back from Ice as well. Ice just seems to be completely on top of it this game. Tries to bait the low recovery. And there it is. This is going to be quite a punish. Goes for the grounded down air, up tilt neutral air, resets onto the platform, tries to wait for the Marionic to whiff again, but unfortunately misspacing themselves with one of their multiple jumps, falling into that F tilt. And right now Ice is trying to land. Marionic, though, can't seem to get a lead on the landing at all. Ice is looking so confident right now.
Yeah, you can absolutely tell, and you can tell too based on the way he was able to rack up all that percent on the second stock just off of that downer, and now he's looking for even more conversions as he landed that nair. The crown coming through for a little bit of damage, and Pit can die early. The problem is landing one of those strong hits with King K. Rool. Not the easiest thing in the world to do right now, as Ice is very mobile with Pit right now.
Yeah, definitely, and whipping the dash attack. Ooh, just hitting Pit's dash attack. Hitting Pit's shield with dash attack. Not going to be too punished for it, though. That's not really a move that you should be respecting like that. Ooh, had a cute idea. They definitely had the right idea, but unfortunately, King K. Rool was able to get the cross up with the goal. Tries to go for the drag down neutral air. King K. Rool still able to throw out a forward air. This is looking really bad for Marionic right now. How do you get back onto stage against Pit? Truth be honest, sometimes you just don't.
A very awkward arrow, too, to get him out. Ooh, missed tech. This could be a chance here. The up B gonna trade with the forward air, and they both find their way back to stage. The problem is already 160% forward throw. Not gonna do it quite yet. And the arrow? Are you kidding me?
That placement was delicious. It was spot on. It was spicy. Wow. That is so cool. I don't even know what to tell you.
I'm in awe. We got an American sniper on our hands. Ice, look at this. The turnaround a couple times and just, I mean, he's out in the bubble for that one. And just the knowledge of, how to curve that arrow down to snipe King K. Rool. You can tell Ice has a lot of momentum headed into game 2 here.
Wow. Honestly, how do you come back from those? What do you do? Honestly, it's tough. Ice's advantage state, immaculate. Ice was positioning, was also really solid as well. Through edge guarding, you did exactly everything you needed to against King K. Rool. Sometimes they just reset the situation. Marionic, straight up, did not play the game. Just did not. It didn't get a chance to. This definitely looked like a tough one.
Barely got that first stock, just was able to get up first off of a tech roll, I believe, and land a forward air that actually I think traded with something in order to get that first stock. But regardless, I feel like in scenarios like this where a player is just overwhelming you with all of their options, I feel like you really have to focus in on making every hit you get count. Every time that Marionic finds an opening, I feel like you just have to take what you can get and then get out of dodge, because Ice is not going to allow you many options as Dark Pit to convert much percent.
Yeah, no, definitely not. And going into game number two is going to still be sticking to the King K rule. That's a difficult choice, and there it is. That's the neutral, but not actually having enough knockback to convert it into the forwarder quite yet. Excellent DI from Marionic. Ice is actually struggling to get more than a couple of hits in. But there it is, dragged down nearly into down tilt. They're always like one step away from being able to get like huge damage sometimes. Great catch on that tech roll. I believe Marionic might have had enough time to shield, but either way, now sort of finding their way back onto the stage. How do you get back onto stage against Pit? Congrats, baby. You just do not. Oh boy, that up B. Oh, that up B.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we take those here at the EGF, but it just you can tell Ice right now is all over Marionic, and Marionic is just struggling to find any answers.
Ooh, able to get the jab block with the down tilt. Sets up the situation again. Just keeps on hitting King K. But just able to armor through all of Pit's little pathetic attacks. Oh, he wanted that grab. Could have killed, for sure, you know, barely into up tilt or something. Ice is relentless right now. Ice is just not stopping.
And on top of all of this, you know, I like the stage counterplay so that he has an easier way to recover, not gonna be able to do so there. And I mean, the stage just doesn't even matter, it feels like. Ice is just, you know, absolutely swarming this crocodile with every option, and Marionic just does not have an answer. 67 already, and still 3 stocks on the board. Can Marionic mitigate the damage and find one? He's got to find a way out of disadvantage first, and he cannot do so. Up air's coming through, 128. He really hasn't hit him this stock until that forward air, and although the percents may be even, the stocks are not.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of this comes from the fact that I will say some of Marionic's choices are a little bit questionable. Like in that position, we saw them go back on top of the stage instead of snapping to ledge or, you know, going through safer recovery options. They're always consistently going above the stage, you know, leaving themselves super vulnerable, and Ice just capitalized on it every single time. Additionally, I believe that Marionic could have been a little bit more careful with their landing options. More often than not, we didn't see too many buttons being pressed. Mixing it up with down B could prove to be really helpful. Trying to fast fall neutral. King K. Rool definitely has a lot of really strong tools that Marionic was not making the most use out of. And then sometimes it's, this matchup sucks. Tough, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Ice was, you know, showing complete control over his character too, just knowing, you know, what he can get off of every little hit. I mean, on top of that, King K. Rool is a big body character, right? You can rack up hit after hit after hit on this character. You know, even though King K. Rool has that armor, his belly armor, it just was completely mitigated by, you know, the timing of when Ice was going in for that damage and when he played passive.
Yeah. Honestly, Ice, I mean, and just like the nature of the character, like Pit itself, you know, having access to so many like disjointed options where you don't actually risk trading with moves like neutral, with moves like forward, because more often than not, when you are connecting those and like trading per se, you're spaced back far enough to the point where, you know, you can still keep yourself nice and safe. So the belly armor, yeah, absolutely right, did not come through.